Hey guys, I'm Dav, and today I'm playing some more Total War Warhammer. We're taking a look at a replay between myself playing the Greenskins and Kenny D as the Beastmen. So definitely a fun time. This is one of my favorite matchups in the game. I love when two, hard-hitting rush factions go at it. It's just chaos and carnage and just beautiful. So as you can see, I'm rocking Azhag. He's going to be up on Skull Muncher with the Spider Banner. I believe that's what it's called, the Poison Banner. And he's also got Spirit Leech, Fate of Buna, and Soul Blight. We've got the Warlord's Boys, 4 Savage Orcs, 2 Savage Orc Biggins, 2 Black Orcs, a main line that will be pretty familiar if you've seen many of my Orc Greenskin casts before. 2 Boar Biggins to give us some anti-large mobility, and 4 Goblin Wolf Rider Archers, one of them being the Mangy Marauders. Now, I am a big fan of Skirmish Cav against the Beastmen. They do have Hounds and Centaurs, which can catch Goblin Wolf Rider Archers. I believe Harpies can too. They only have 82 speed, so like you see where they were deployed right on top of my guys, they were able to catch them, but still taking quite a bit of damage. But yeah, they're just Goblin Wolf Rider Archers are so cheap. They're so easy to pay off against things like Minotaurs, Giants, even like a Gorebull. We'll go ahead and put it in slow motion here as we take a look at my opponent's build. He's got Morgur the Shadowgave with all his goodies. Looks like 2 Gorebulls. Yep, 2 Gorebulls. Brave Shaman Lore of Death with Spirit Leech, and is that aspect of Dread Knight I see there? I believe. Doom and Darkness. Okay. Best Gore Herd looks like one Best Gore Herd. Yep, just the one, and then 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Gore Herds, 5 or 6 Gore Herds. Couple of spears. We've got a couple Centaurs with great weapons, one over here, one over here. Unit of Poison Hounds, some Harpies, and I believe that's everything. So yeah, I've kind of deployed up in on this hill in this forest. I'm trying to get as much skirmishing done as possible. At the same time, not getting my Wolf Riders killed, which is, not guaranteed by any means. So yeah, we're just kind of waiting here. We'll fast forward a bit through this skirmish phase as my opponent approaches, and we're going to start getting some fire in on that flank. Eventually I'm going to just detach these guys to kind of come around this flank and just fire from the rear. So you can see here these guys have just now spotted my troops, and he hasn't quite reacted yet. There, now he's pulling away. And Gorebulls getting in the front line. The Gores are getting in the front line along with the best of Gores, Morgur, the Brave Shaman, getting real wild in here. Get some close-ups for you. You can just see here in this forest just chaos and carnage ensuing as 2, high attack factions go at it here. As you can see, it's fairly even so far, but as these Black Orcs start to get in here, they're going to clean things up pretty nice. So I'm kind of keeping my Wolf Riders here on this flank, just keeping him honest, not allowing his mobility to get around this flank, while I kind of clean things up over here. You can see this Gore Herd's already down. This Gore Herd's now terrified because I've landed Azhag there. And yeah, we've got the Boar Biggins now coming up, trying to force a cav engagement over here, where I can use Azhag for support, as well as the Goblin Wolf Rider Archers. So now we've gotten a nice break on this side. You can see these Gore Herd are shattered now. So we're going to be getting the wrap around going, and the Beastmen are not going to like that at all. You can see here, those guys actually shattered those Wolf Rider Archers, but no big deal. I'm getting a counter charge with the Boar Biggins, and you can see where those Centaurs actually got charged. They're going to take a ton of damage, but as they turn around and begin to fight, they'll do pretty well against Orc Boar Biggins. They'll actually beat them one-on-one, I believe. So I'm just kind of gooning around with Azhag, trying to drop terror. You can see the bounce power slightly in my opponent's favor here, just because Morgur is so powerful. But you can see here the Gobbo Wolf Rider Archers are pouring in the fire to these Gorebulls here, just trying to take them down. They are very, very powerful units. You definitely want to try and get rid of them as quickly as possible. So looks like Spirit Leech going down on Azhag. He's got quite a bit of health, but I don't want to take too many Spirit Leeches. My opponent looks like he was trying to get over there with Gorebulls, but it's just too far away, so I get a break here, and I'm going to try and pursue, but because Centaurs are so much faster, they're going to get away and be able to regroup. Same here with these Hounds. You see how they've already regrouped. So they're going to get back in here and wreck this Orc Warboy Biggin, you know, all combined together. Even though I had initially won that fight. In here, in this big blob, this is not really where you want to be as a Beastmen player, with all these Orc units just kind of sitting there smacking your heroes. They'll do quite a bit of damage. Gorebulls don't have a ton of armor, and you can see with the Warlord's boys in here, they're actually getting sundered a bit, so... looks like Morgr pulled up a few Chaos spawn here, but they are going to degenerate pretty fast, you know, with all this high attack around. They have 0 armor now, being sundered by the Warlord's boys, so even against low armor factions like the Beastmen, I'd pretty much always pick the Warlord's boys, because having that armor sundering is incredibly strong, especially if you stack it with Doom and Darkness. You can get a -30, and you know, against dwarves or pretty much any faction really that has more than 30 armor, it's really effective. But you can see this mobile squad's kind of pushing around this flank now. I'm content to just let him run around while I try and clean up this center part here. This Gorebull's now getting a Spirit Leech thrown on him. He's almost down. This Gorebull that ran away is now coming back into the fight. And unfortunately, the Warlord's boys are running away here. They're immune to psychology, but they're still only goblins. Still don't have great leadership. But that Gorebull is taking a lot of damage. He's down to only 300 hit points. Morgr is at about half health. Granted, he can still regenerate quite a bit. But over here, I brought the last of my Boar Brigands in to break the charge, and then brought Azhag in to get a quick terror, and luckily I was able to terror out all these guys. Otherwise, they would have probably been able to do a considerable amount of damage to Azhag, but it shatters all his forces over here, and that starts a major chain route here in the center. So, very well played to my opponent. It's a good time. 2 Gorebulls is probably a bit too much. I typically only bring 1 just because they are quite expensive, and they are very powerful, but their speed isn't great, and because he wasn't able to properly deal with my Wolf Rider archers with his fast attack units, you know, they were able to do quite a lot of damage and really make those Gorebulls not cost effective in the end. So the Brave Shaman got some good Spirit Leeches on Azhag, but just wasn't able to get the job done. Gore Herd, it's tough to know what infantry to bring as the Beastmen against the Orcs. I typically bring 4 Best Gore Herd just because of their extra armor. They will do a little bit better against Savage Orcs. Gore Herd just gets shredded by Savage Orcs because they only have 15 armor, and the 30% physical resistance means the Savage Orcs are actually a lot tankier than the Gore Herds, so they'll pretty much always lose one-on-one, I believe. The Best Gore Herd are a pretty good pick, but yeah, if he had maybe cut 1 Gorebull and maybe cut, I don't know, 2 or 3 of these Gore Herds, could have got a few more Best Gore Herd. I definitely like the pick of the Centaurs with great weapons. Harpies is an interesting pick. They're not generally terribly cost effective just because they're so squishy. They do hit fairly hard, but they're very squishy. And the Hounds are a good pick in almost any matchup as well. Those are a pretty good utility unit. So over on my side, these Savage Orc Biggins picked up a Chevron, even though they only got 41 kills, which I think they got a lot of damage done on those Gorebulls with their high weapon strength and anti-large bonus. These guys got 132 kills just mopping up. These Black Orcs, 84 kills just right in the center. That's right where they want to be. And then, yeah, the Boar Biggins did decent at just kind of holding that flank down. And then the Wolf Rider Archers, again, MVPs helping take down the Gorebulls. Skirmish Cav in general against the Beastmen is an almost auto pick for me, even as the Empire, who I think has generally terrible Skirmish Cav. You know, Pistoliers can be pretty decent against the Beastmen. But yeah, as you guys can see, these Wolf Rider Archers definitely a good pick in this matchup, especially for how cheap they are. So, hope you guys enjoyed that replay. I definitely had fun playing it. Good game to my opponent, Kenny D. And if you're enjoying the content, make sure to like and subscribe. Share the video with your friends. And we'll see you guys next time.